Hello, grade 9 special mathematics class students. Okay, we're now through with the different parts of circle. Also, last time we learned how to find the area and circumference of a circle. Now we proceed to week number 2 of quarter 3, subject analytic geometry, standard form of circle. So the MELC finds the center and radius of a circle using the standard form. And for the learning objectives, derive the standard form of a circle. Find the center and radius of a circle given the equation in standard form. Write the equation of the circle in standard form given its center and radius. So this is now the lesson proper. Standard form of a circle. A circle is a set of all points on a plane equidistant from a fixed point on the plane. The fixed point is called the center, HK, and the distance from the center to any point of the circle is called radius. So the center of the circle has coordinates HK, right? And for any point on the circle, we have x, y, and the distance from the center to any point on the circle is what we call the radius. So this is the radius, and you know that twice the radius is diameter. Okay, so let us now derive the equation of the circle by finding distance between point C and P, or the radius r. So let us now derive the standard form of the equation of circle. So from here, from this figure with center HK and point XY, okay, using the distance formula, square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 quantity squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 quantity squared. Okay, by the distance formula, let us now find the distance between the center and the point P, which is also called the radius, right? CP, line segment CP is also the radius. So the distance can be substituted with r. Yeah. So let us now find the distance. Substitute x sub 2 by x. Substitute x sub 1 by h. So we have x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared. Okay. Next step, we're going to square both sides of the equation so that r becomes r squared, and then square root of x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared becomes x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared. Bale, pag square mo yung radical, matatanggal na yung radical because yung square root, the index is 2. Alright. So this is now what we call the standard form of a circle. Yes. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared is called the standard form of the equation of a circle, simply because it exhibits the coordinates hk of the center and the radius of the circle, radius r of the circle. So if the equation is in the form, it's in its standard form, yes, like this, x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared, we can definitely and immediately determine its center, hr, hk. Ito yung kanyang center, hk. Tapos, from this equation, you can also determine the length of the radius. Just get the square root of r squared. Okay? Now, if the center is at the origin, therefore the center is at 0, 0. So h is 0, k is 0. Okay? H equals k equals 0. So 0 silang pareho yung h and k. So let us now substitute the value of h and k by 0. That is if the center is at origin. What will be our equation, or what will be the equation of the circle if the center is at the origin? Yeah. Substitute h and k by 0. Wait, hindi yata na substitute to ng should be 0, right? Yan. Substitute k by 0. Substitute h by 0. Substitute h with 0, k with 0. So x minus 0 is x squared, y minus 0 is y squared, equals r squared. So this will be our equation, or this will be the equation of the circle if the center is at the origin. Yeah. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. But if the center is not at the origin, this will be our equation. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Okay, let us now have some examples. Given the equation, identify the center and radius of the circle determined by each of the following equations. Sketch the graph. So letter A, x squared plus y minus 4 quantity squared equals 25. So this is written in standard form. X minus h squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. So that means it is equivalent to x minus 0 quantity squared plus y minus 4 quantity squared equals 5 squared. So from the equation, we can now tell that h is 0, k is 4, and r is the square root of 25, which is 5. Okay? Yan. That is how to get the center and radius of a circle when it is written in standard form. So, bakit dito minus 4? Bakit positive 4 dito? Yes? Because in the equation, y minus k. So, that means positive 4. Pero pag plus yan, y plus 4, that means negative 4 naman yung k. Okay? And then yan, opposite sign. When we have y minus 4, that means k is 4, positive 4. When y is plus 4, when this is y plus 4, that means k is negative 4. So therefore, the center is at 0, 4, and radius is 5. Okay? So, easy lang. Ito na yung graph niya. Sketch the graph. The Cartesian plane. 0, 4 is the center, while the radius is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 5 ang length ng kanyang radius. Yan. Another, letter B, x minus 3 quantity squared plus y plus 2 quantity squared equals 6. 16 pala yan. Okay, it's in picture form. So, correction. We have a typo error here. It should be 16. Right? X minus h. So, this is written in the form x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. So we have x minus 3 quantity squared plus y minus negative 2 quantity squared equals 4 squared. 16 yon. So 4 times 4 is 16. So since positive ito, that means y minus negative 2. Right? So therefore h is 3, k is negative 2. So the center is at 3, negative 2, while the radius is the square root of 16, which is 4. Okay? Center 3, negative 2, 3, negative 2, radius 4, the square root of 16. Ito na yung graph niya. 3, negative 2 is the center, while the radius is 4. Yan. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan. 4 ang kanyang radius. Alright. That is how to find the center and radius of a circle. And this is how to graph the circle. Another, 2 times the quantity x plus 1 squared plus 2 times the quantity y minus 2 squared equals 50. So this is not written in standard form, so we must first divide all terms by 2. Yan. So it becomes x plus 1 quantity squared plus y minus 2 quantity squared equals 50 divided by 2 is 25. So naka-standard form na siya. You can now determine the value of h and k. H is negative 1, k is 2. So therefore, the center is at negative 1, while the radius is the square root of 25, which is 5. Right? X plus 1 can be written as x minus negative 1. So, it means h is negative 1, k is positive 2. So, center is negative 1, 2, radius is 5. And this is now the graph, negative 1, 2 from the quadrant 2. Well, the radius is 5. So, you can use your compass to draw a perfect circle in your Cartesian plane. Okay. Next, x squared plus y squared equals 100. This is easy. I think it's in the form x squared plus y squared equals r squared. That means the center is at the origin. So this means x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 quantity squared equals square root of 100 is 10. So it's 10 squared. Therefore, the center is at the origin, 0, 0. And the radius is the square root of 110. Yan, ito ang kanyang graph. Origin is the center, radius is 10. Okay. Another x minus 2 quantity squared plus y plus 5 quantity squared equals 50. So you can now tell the center 2, negative 5. Ayun, 2, negative 5 ang kanyang center. While the radius is the square root of 50. That means 5 square root of 2. Or you can use your scientific calculator. Square root of 57.1. Yun, center is at 2, negative 5. While the radius is 7.1. Yan. Square root of 50. Yes. 2, negative 5. You can now immediately tell the center 2, negative 5. The opposite of negative 2, positive 2. Opposite of positive 5, negative 5. So 2, negative 5 ang kanyang center. Square root of 50, 7.1. Or 5 square root of 2. Number 2. Find the standard form of the equation of circle given its center and radius. So in our previous example, given the equation, we find the center and radius. Now in here in number 2, given the center and radius, we're going to write this standard form of the equation of the circle. So given h is 2, k is 1, r is 3. So when you know these three things, three variables h, k, and r, you can now write the equation of the circle in standard form. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Excuse me. So substitute now in the equation. We have x minus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 1 quantity squared equals 3 squared. What is 3 squared? It's equal to 9. So the standard form of the equation of the circle whose center is at 2, 1, radius 3 is x minus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 1 equals quantity squared equals 9. Yan ang kanyang equation. How about this? If the center is at negative 3, 4, radius is 6. What is the equation of the circle? Given h is negative 3, k equals 4, r equals 6. So first, let's substitute the given values. X minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Substitute. X minus negative 3 quantity squared plus y minus 4 quantity squared equals 6 squared. Now let's simplify. This becomes x plus 3 and quantity squared plus y minus 4 quantity squared equals 6 squared is 36. This is now the standard form of the equation of the circle whose center is at negative 3, 4, radius 6. Okay? Next, how about it if the center is parang pareho ah. Yes, parang pareho naman kayo. Pareho yung B and C. So anyway, let's proceed to letter D. How about if the center is at the origin and radius is 8? So that means the center is at the origin. So h equals 0, k equals 0, r equals 8. So instead of using the standard form of the equation of circle, x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared, we will use x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Yan ang gagamitin natin whenever the center is at the radius. I mean, the center is at the origin. So just substitute. X minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals 8 squared. Therefore, the equation of the circle whose center is at 0, 0, radius is 8. X squared plus y squared equals 64. Yeah, 8 times 8 is 64. Next, how about if the center is at negative 5, negative 1, radius is 3 halves? What is the standard form of the equation of the circle? So h is negative 5, k is negative 1, r is 3 halves. So let us now substitute. X minus negative 5 quantity squared plus y minus negative 1 quantity squared equals 3 halves squared. So magiging plus yan kasi naman negative times negative is positive. So x plus 5 quantity squared plus y plus 1 quantity squared equals What is the square of 3 halves? That means 9/4. This is now the equation of the circle in standard form. So, yun. So, in this topic, we have learned how to find the center and radius of a circle given its equation in standard form. And also, we have learned how to give the standard form of the equation of the circle given its center and radius. So, parang, vice versa. Let's have exercises. So, identify the center and radius of the circle. Radius in radical or decimal form, nearest tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, what's your answer for number 1? X squared plus y minus 3 quantity squared equals 16. So, the center is at 0, 3, while the radius is 4 because square root of 16 is 4. Yeah, di ba madali lang? How about number 2 here? X plus 3 quantity squared plus y minus 1 quantity squared equals 9. What is the center and radius? Negative 3, 1 is the center. Radius is 3. Square root of 9. How about number 3? X plus 5 quantity squared plus y minus 2 quantity squared equals 81. The center is negative 5, 2. Radius is 9. Square root of 81. Right? How about number 4? Okay, very easy. Number 4, the center is at origin. Well, the radius is 5 square root of 5. Yan yung square root of 125. Kasi yung 125 square root niya is, you can factor it. 25 times 5. What is the square root of 25? Yun, 5. 5 square root of 5. And last, 6, negative 8 is the center. While the radius is the square root of 8, 2 square root of 2. Yan. You can also have your answer in decimal form. For graphing purposes. Yun. Okay. Excuse me. So that's easy, right? Center can be seen in the equation. Yan. HK. Radius also. Yun. Just get the square root. So next, write the standard form of the equation of the circle. Number 1, center 2, negative 1, radius is 3. Very easy. X minus 2 quantity squared plus y plus 1 quantity squared equals 9. About number 2, x squared plus y plus 4 quantity squared equals 4. Number 3, center negative 1, 2, radius is 4. What's your answer? X plus 1 quantity squared plus y minus 2 quantity squared equals 16. Number 4, x plus 3 quantity squared plus y minus 5 quantity squared equals 1. Yes, because 1 times 1 is 1. And how about the center? 0, 0, radius 7. X squared plus y squared equals 49. So, mas madali. So, let yung equation if the center is at the origin. Yun. So, I think you don't have any question. Madali lang naman yung topic. So, thank you very much for listening. Goodbye. See you next time. See you in part 2 of our topic, standard form of the equation of circle. Bye.